Hello everybody, welcome to another Zabbix video. This time we will talk about Zabbix frontend, the graphical interface, and how to hide a column inside the frontend. This is quite a requested feature, like every now and then a person asks me like, can I hide a column in Zabbix, or can I customize which column to show in this section? And there is at the moment no workaround, no solution to do that. I mean, no solution, but the workaround is coming right now as we speak. Let's start, and at first let's give applause to the brain behind the project, Gregory, who is helping me out to make this dream become a reality. So now we have a decent workaround, which I would say is having zero maintenance cost. And this workaround, it is a module suitable for 7.0 LTS. And so we are quite protected if you're running LTS version. So we are safe to use this workaround for the next 4 years because the version is officially supported and nothing will change too much, so we can. It's a great thing. The next step will be like installing the module, and that happens from this repository. This is a repository from Gregory, and to install the repository, let's click here, like open this URL. It will be in the video description, and then download zip file, right click, copy link address, and now visiting the frontend server. And on the frontend server, you have like user share Zabbix, and inside the Zabbix directory is directory modules. And for me, it's a little bit like I have a server where like 4 different frontends are running, and I will use a little bit different directory. But in your case, like please enter user share Zabbix. But for me, it will be this directory, which is right now empty. And let's copy that link from here again. Copy. Now from the SSH, like widget, and link from the clipboard, and like downloading the project files. I will clear the screen and list the files over here. It's having like main.zip 91 kilobytes, unzip, and now extracting the thing. And we can also like remove the actual archive like this, and now the content is like that. If I run 3 -a, then like these are the files required for the module to function. Now at the front end, visiting the front end, we have a global settings, administration, general, modules, and here we see author, Zabbix, like a lot of official modules. If we click the button scan directory, there is one module which is coming from the Great Bit, if I pronounce correctly. This one is the new one, UI, tasty tweaks, crunchy as Twix, and it's at the moment it's disabled. Let's enable, and now what it does, it is giving an option at the user profile level to introduce a CSS override, which can like help us here. And the section looks like here, user settings, profile, and this tab is new. This comes because we just installed the module. This is suitable for 7.0. Don't try this at 7.2 or later version. I will try myself to support it for the life cycle of 7.0 if if nobody does, because I'm using this already for even in older versions. I was using help of this idea. And this is like how it looks. Right now, let's start from scratch, and I will erase all the profiles. And the module looks like this. And what we are interested, custom style. So here we have a section to override something by using the skills of HTML and CSS. And let's start to explore first use case, like how to hide a column inside the UI. And first use case will be data collection hosts. I will open this in a new tab, and this is quite a stock installation at the moment. And I have in my usage, I tend to like link a lot of templates. And now we see a little bit ugliness here, and I would really love to hide this column because this is my style, how I use Zabbix. I would like to hide the column templates. And ideally, if every line does not, like if line never use 2 lines, like if one row do not use 2 lines, that's like my ideal scenario. And hopefully we can accomplish that by hiding the templates column. And yeah, let's start. So right click and inspect the source, and what we see, like there is table heading and table TD. I forgot like what's the explanation for that. So we have the table object, and then we have the rows and then the cells. What's like a little bit sad in this whole Zabbix setup is like the sections. Every section in Zabbix is having the list table class. There is no uniqueness. Triggers will have list table, hosts will have list table, items will have list table. Like all or most of the sections is having list table, and we cannot really target by class, which is really sad. We have to like figure out some other workaround how to target. And our approach to this will be, we will look what's inside the URL and then apply custom CSS rules on this like table object and or the table header object. Okay, at the moment, so I want to hide the template tab, and I need to count which row it is, starting from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the 10th column. Or we can count it over here as well. This would be even more clever not to count in the UI. Like the row object starts, tr, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this helps really in a way, like if you hide template. If you hide the template column right now, and then you later think about, oh, I want to hide second column, I want to hide third column, then counting the columns over on the top is no go, because you already are hiding something. But if you hide, the source code will still list absolutely like all the columns. So I want to hide column number 10. And to do so, entering this user profile, going here, I would really encourage for everyone, like since this is a set it and forget type of setup, like create as meaningful thing as possible, like really maximize what you are doing. So later on, when you forget it and maybe come back a year later, it has to be as meaningful as possible. And I will create like data actually I have the snippet ready in the notepad, like this, and data collection host. So that's the real section in the UI. I'm basing on the menu data collection hosts, and I'm telling for me later that this CSS will hide the templates tab. And here we will always like copy and paste this line, and we need to put the line, the column number in 2 places, for the table header and for the actual cell TD. Like here is 10 and there is 10. So apply, and targeting the URL. So that's the key thing, to not start to hide the 10th column in every section in the front end. Otherwise, it it will be a disaster. And trust me, I have, since I'm using this for quite a long time, I have done this many times already. We have to target here as close as possible, and the regex support is there. We can put here regex colon, and then in the forward slash, like, this is sort of a regex question mark. If that's a special character, I will replace with dot. Of course, we can do like real raw target, like escaping the dot, and here escaping the dot. But I think it does not matter too much. The dot in regex language means like any character, and I will trust that there will be some character which actually is a dot. Okay, so this rule is ready. Does it work? So update, visiting that page here, and what will happen if I like refresh the page, click, voila, like the one column disappeared. Okay, yeah, awesome. I think awesome. And let's try another exercise with the same approach, like for example, inside the items section, we see bunch of stuff here, and I want to hide tags. Like tags is, at least in my case, like it consumes a lot of space, and the journey would start like I would select this URL, copy, go to my profile, use user settings, profile, click, and at first put the URL over here and like start to replace the characters, question mark with the dot, then like ampersand symbol also with the dot, for example, or maybe it would be clever dot star. Sometimes the URL can have like some interesting stuff going on in the middle, like filtering. Filter set 1. I prefer like to skip this one. Host IDs. This is quite a host ID. It's very strong setting, and it's strong in a good way. Because in Zabbix, item list exists at the host level and item exists at the template level, and since I provide like host list, I would maybe like to remain that thing. Okay, the ID does not matter, so this will go away, and I will put the forward slash at the end and forward slash at the beginning, regex, click. And like initially copy this guy to that one, click, and what I'm doing here, so I am data collection hosts items. Let's do that, data collection host items, and then like hide something, and what I want to hide is like tags. Let's click on the tags here and inspect and start to count. So we see a lot of table heading and TR. This is the start point of the table, and the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe there is a way how to immediately tell which is the number of the column, but I don't have skills for that today. So hide tags and set like 11. Okay, and that's it. A very descriptive description. Will it work? Let's see. Click, going here, and the magical moment, like refreshing the page, I will click here on items, click, and it did not work, and it looks like okay, let's try to master this thing, or maybe I hide the wrong one. Copy, click, and click. Let's see again. It looks like I did not put the host thing. So zabbix.php, like this. Maybe let's put filter host IDs. Something. Let's try like this. action, item list, context, hosts, and in the middle it matters less what is inside. Click and edit. Click, and regex. Click, and that's it. Okay, action list, action item list, update. Let's refresh it again. Click, and the tags are gone, and it's like saving a little bit more space. Okay, enough about hiding the column. I have some other personal preference, what sometimes I find it useful to hide, and or not hide, but like adjust. And one of the use cases is like modual pop-up windows. When I create the window, I personally think like this top layer, this thing is sort of a waste of monitor space, and also the bottom is waste of monitor space, because like why this scroll bar here exists. Like it is like I need to scroll something, and at the same time at the very top and at the very bottom it's like completely wasted space. And by somehow instructing to fulfill this, maybe we can end up not using this scroll bar, and maybe the pop-up will load immediately. Okay, let's try. So here, user settings, profile, UX, adding one additional role, and one of the rules will be called move module window to the very top. And like this is the class name. This time it's having class. It's not like the table is the like table is not having unique class, but here we have really target, and just by using top 0 it will do the trick. And since the module windows exist everywhere, here it's the patch is simple, like regex trying to target absolutely any section in the front end, and that's it. Update. Now so this is, you see like here like 2 centimeters of area. Cancel. I will refresh the page and click the button, create item, and now it's much more higher. And this is like it did not change the actual like height of the module window, but the next patch is coming, and the next patch is user settings, profile, click, add. Like we will also target everything, and this one is called like remove gap at the bottom. I almost cannot explain anymore what I'm doing here, but this is the formula. And apply, update, click and cancel, refresh the page and click, voila, like so much. And scroll bar is completely gone. Sorry, it's still there, but it's hidden. It's something like a little bit issue on almost like on my side. If I would put the full screen, like it looks a little bit okay, it's actually cutting away the viewable area. But yeah, my point here is like a little bit more space to work with, and it gets very important like when using the HTTP agent item. It's having so many fields, and maybe if your screen, you have a vertical screen, then I would say it will make sense even more. Okay, next use case is the I promise this will resonate with you. Template, go to triggers, and have you ever in your life like touched this thing? Like, have you ever touched this trigger description in your life? And what if it like automatically puts like a little bit more size, and maybe here for the description, and maybe even put this like pop-up module window wider. But yeah, let's work with this trigger description, and also see here like the stock template. This description is it's already it so much does not fit in the field. Like I almost need to put the cursor in. Maybe it's related to the font size at my workstation, but maybe not. And the operational data also, like here I kind of need to put the cursor in and scroll, like what is the value, like so the patch here, click, and profile, click, add, and again like targeting absolutely every section, because those fields will have unique ID, and we have like here a patch which will practically patch a lot of fields: expression, description, operational data, event name, name. Some fields are related to the item, like in the item page also there are some fields which is not wide enough by default. And I'm saying like please use the 90% of that pop-up window. Apply, update, and now like let's see like event name here. It's like not fitting in. Cancel. Refresh the page and selecting the same trigger. Click, and voila! Like how do you like this like efficiency? We see the full string immediately. Like this is a stock template. It's quite a common struggle, quite a common pain, and yeah, now when we see this, I recently had a task to create a template with the SNAP walk, and there were so many fields, OIDs, which is cutting the end, and I cannot see SNAP index, and it was so painful, and now I have like tools to improve that experience and like really make it more efficient. That is everything, I think. Yes. Yeah. Now a little bit like let's zoom out like this module, how it is working, and at the file system level inside the front end there is like PHP files which take care of logic, I would say, and where this information goes in, and it goes inside the database, and it's using a very clever approach which is not violating the consistency of the Zabbix database. You do not need to create new tables, new columns. It's using what's already there, like all the stock tables, all the stock columns. It's not making any influence. And to explain in a very short term, like when you work with Zabbix, for example, here I have a name and I put like some keyword inside, ZBX, and where this stuff is saved, it's actually saved inside the table profiles, and it's saved under my profile, like in case we have multiple profiles in Zabbix. In my profile, like there is some sort of like characteristics. If user enters this URL, then give back this field, because this was my last keyword I was searching. And same table is used to save those CSS rules. Like it's extremely good made, I would say. Like no extra files on the file system. You don't need to install some extension in the Google Chrome or Firefox. Like it's all already in the Zabbix database. And to go in detail, I can open here on screen, exit, and Z70. This is my database. If I run this query, so it's asking the table profiles, and the only like customization is like it's inserting a new row in the table, and this new row is having like the target, like new row is having target user interface tweaks, and it's like those rows live in the table its own life, like, and because the IDX X is targeting completely different thing, not the what you did left in the search field, but it's like quite a standalone row which is really utilized to save everything. And if I hit enter, I can see like all my saved actions, it's saved in one solid JSON, like all 4 or 5 profiles, it's here. And of course you can use update profiles set value string equals, and then put let's put the most important part where idx equals Twix, like semicolon. So this part is absolutely critical. If you miss that and hit enter, it's like corrupted database, and the front end will fall apart. But as long as we target this very, very specific, like at least we should almost like put at least we should put ASDF, and then it will not break anything. But if you leave it empty or leave it, if leaving empty, that will cause real damage. But since we're targeting like that particular row, we can like copy this guy and like use it as a backup maybe, or so update profiles set value string equals in the single quotes where like that, and enter, and it did not fail. Update 1. If we look at the profiles table, we can see something like select user ID, comma, value string, where again like this condition, and now we can kind of see how many users. If I click enter, user, the table is missing from and profiles. So enter. So now I can see how many users have used this customization. My username, my user ID is coming with the digit number 3. And if I really want to, distribute my golden settings to other users, then we can start to kind of, actually I already did that here because I did not specify in a professional way I should do and user ID equals 3. So this would be the most safest way to install something for a single user. Enter, and it's like installing these profiles. That is almost everything. Like, let's remember, like, it's your profile. Like, everything you change, it goes on only under your user profile. So that's very good. Like, we cannot damage any other user if we don't touch the database, and that's a huge, like, I want to say that's a nice thing for this module to play it safe. Like if it would have immediately like a global setting for everyone, it's very risky. And as I said before, like even I installed the wrong column and then really wondering why some section suddenly stopped to show something, and because I'm just like create a huge mistake. So it's saved in the user profile. Quite thing. Like if you have problems, you will be the one who is only one being sad, and then you can. Whenever you think it's the issue of the plugin, just go here, uncheck the checkbox, update, like nothing is lost inside the profile. Over here, click, like nothing is lost, but now we are running at the stock settings, like again, like all the templates is there, and you can start to compare. Do you like it better without? Do you like better to hide something? That is everything for this video. If you find it useful, helpful, give it a thumbs up. I would also like to ask, like, consider contributing your findings. This is quite an awesome project, I think. And if you find like, oh, this CSS like small line changed my life, I love it so much, like write it in the comments down so others can see. I will probably test every new line out to see what kind of benefits it gives. It's an interesting like experiment. Yeah, please leave some breadcrumbs, leave a comment in YouTube or LinkedIn. Okay, bye for now.